Hey, welcome back to the Tommy Trials. Thomas here. So, quick little shout out before I start the actual game, which I've already got queued up and we're just going to start in a second. I have put a poll on the community tab of YouTube. So, you can only access the community tab if you're on your computer or on a smartphone. If you're on a tablet, specifically at least the iPad, and use the YouTube app, you can't access the community tab. I don't know why that is, but it is. And I have put a poll out where you can vote on whether you want lots more XCOM, Battlefleet Gothic, Armada 2, which is what we're playing in this video here, Warhammer 40k Mechanicus, Space Hulk Tactics, or other. And then you can comment down below. Now, of course, if you want all of them, commenting other is very helpful. If you want a different game, then obviously voting other and then commenting below would be extremely helpful. So if you guys would kindly check that out, I would greatly appreciate it. But right into the game. That is very interesting music. Okay. So I have played this game. Checking a couple of things here. I've got desync turned off. Shouldn't need it. Lens flare? Okay. Gotta have that lens flare. So I'm not going to be playing the prologue, and it's getting an update. I'm recording this on the 23rd, so tomorrow it gets an update. I'm not going to probably post this till after the update, which adds a few things. So as the series goes on, we'll probably get some stuff. I'm going to be playing as the Imperium, which is really cool because you don't just play as the Gothic Imperium ships, like the guardsmen stuff. You also play the Imperial Armada is the word that I was looking for. You also get to play as the Space Marines and use all their ships, and you get to play as the Mechanicus and all of their ships, and all of their ships and the Imperium ships are super similar. I'm not playing the prologue, so here's the important things to know from the prologue. Cadia gets blowed up. I don't know if that's the true story of how Cadia gets blown up. I'd assume so, in which case Chaos takes a Blackstone. It's the 13th Black Crusade by Abaddon the Despoiler, and the Sons of Dorn show up, the Imperial Fists, and they destroy this Blackstone fortress, this big old powerful ship, and then the Chaos fleet takes the Blackstone Fortress and hits the planet's surface with it, and Cadia is destroyed. I'm going to be going with medium difficulty because I hate myself, and I was playing it on easy, and I was doing extremely well, and I want a bit of a challenge. I'd like to lose from time to time. It does not give you fast repair, and that's really going to shoot me in the foot. We might not make it super far because I'm not that good at the game, but at least I waited until I was familiar with the game's mechanics in its entirety before playing. I know most of the factions now and what to be on the lookout for. I've played a good amount of this, but I'm not going to skip any story beats.
The Imperium of Man. A million worlds scattered across an uncaring galaxy. A million worlds forever under threat from the machinations of cursed traitors and perfidious Xenos.
Oh, word.
It is an empire consumed by war, by the very battle for survival itself.
Perfidious.
For there is no peace amongst the stars. The Space Marines, genetically modified warriors who know no fear, spearhead every counter-assault, taking the battle to the heart of the foe. From the smoke-wreathed horror of Adeptus Mechanicus Forge Worlds sail warships of fearsome potency, their weapons blessed by the Machine God, and their crews dedicated to the Omnissire's holy cause. The Scholar Progenium molds callow flesh into leaders, officers of the Imperial Navy, the greatest fleet ever to span the stars. These heroes dedicate their life to the Imperium's defense, confronting the ceaseless threat of chaos wherever it manifests. The war against the dark gods and their worshippers is the eternal battle for the soul of mankind, for the future of the galaxy itself. It is the forge upon which true heroes are struck and legends tempered. Admiral Spire is one such legend, savior of the Gothic sector, vanquisher of Warmaster Abaddon's 12th Black Crusade. For centuries he has been lost, trapped in the shifting tides of the Immaterium, while in pursuit of the hated foe. Such travails would drive an ordinary man to madness, or into the clutches of the very gods he once opposed. But Spire is no ordinary man, and his time is coming once more.
We're out. Praise the Emperor, but I can see the stars again. Receiving distress hymnals. The region's alive with them. According to the timestamps, Admiral, the year. It's 999 M41. We've been lost in the warp for over 800 years. And Cadia, the hymnals report that it's been destroyed, sir. There's a lot of confusion out there, sir. And Admiral, Cadia fell at Abaddon's hand.
Then we are returned not a moment too soon. Navigator, chart a course to the Cadian system. We may be an age too late to join the battle, but revenge is still within our grasp.
Warp engines online. Geller field holding.
This is Admiral Spire to all Imperial vessels. Rally at coordinates 154554. This isn't over.
So there you go. That's, in effect, what's going on where the story's concerned. You don't have to play the prologue to know what's going on in the main story. Necrons can destroy nearby enemy squadrons with a Star Pulse wave skill. Oh. I didn't know that's why they were getting blown up. It's good to know. So obviously, if you enjoy this video, putting a like on it is extremely helpful. If you've got critiques to how I'm playing or helpful little tidbits, that's always helpful. Helpful little tidbits are helpful.
Not since the Eye of Terror have I felt anything like it. Wait. This is not the Cadian system. Navigator, report.
The Immaterium writhes, Lord Admiral. It has flung us far off course.
I can see that, Domitian. Where are we?
Star sites indicate we've entered real space in the Cadian sector.
Confirmed.
Not too far, but not close enough. Still, we have been fortunate. Have our astropath send out a hymnal. All surviving vessels in the sector to rally at our position. Cadia needs our aid.
Warship signatures inbound, Lord Admiral. Chaos vessels.
Indeed. Then our retribution begins. We hold this position.
I don't know if you can see what I just did or not.
What is this I smell?
Hello.
Another so-called warrior come to chance his blade.
I am Lord Admiral Spire. I will be your death.
Not this day, lapdog. My lieutenants come to claim your skull. It shall adorn the War Master's throne.
We shall see. Ready main batteries.
This game's pretty. There's no doubt. Okay.
Understood.
Here. Let's give them a volley of these.
Heading acknowledged.
Hoping they don't destroy the torpedoes before they hit. They didn't! Yay! Now they're on fire.
Underway.
There we go. Now that they're moving, I can hit them. These little chaos ships are probably the most annoying things ever. But they don't deal a ton of damage, and Spire's... The Righteous Protector should have no problems in taking it out. I'm hoping we don't even have to suffer any. Let's do this. Just out of range Come on, sneak your little butt in. There we go. So a boarding action, if you don't know how this game works, I'll try and explain it as we go. A boarding action, here, let's go to the half speed. A boarding action sends some of my troops on board. And if you take out all the troops that they have, it will become a drifting hulk. Now, if your ship becomes a drifting hulk, you do have abilities like this one, where you can transfer troops to the ship, in which case you can take it back. You can't take their ships, but you can blow them up a lot easier when they're not shooting back. Mutiny is very similar to like if a troop routes in...
Setting course.
Keep shooting at it. If a troop routes in a Total War game, kaboom. Alright.
Lord Admiral.
Hello.
The Sons of Mars stand ready for your orders.
Excellent. Their firepower will be a great asset.
Well met, Fabricator. How many ships do you bring me?
All that could be found, Lord Admiral. I regret that we bring enemies on our heels.
Duty breeds enemies, Fabricator. Join your fire to ours. We'll see them ended.
Rouse the engines!
Let's go ahead and put your engines in all ahead full, which really cranks up the speed.
Reaching nominal speed!
Here, let's crank your butts around. Get you an engagement distance medium and attack.
Target on screens!
Should not be a difficult fight. Oh, they're getting peppered, aren't they? Get your hiney. Oh, I spent all my... Okay. So you can do these maneuvers as long as your engines aren't destroyed. Where we saw the high energy turn, you can go all ahead full, standard speed, or you can just stop a ship in its tracks.
Engaging target.
I'm gonna have everyone prioritize the furious envy. Alright, so the ships that we've got now, and you can suggest names, we can change them. Right now I've got the Imperius Draconis, the Righteous Protector, and the Sacred Service. But if you've got name ideas, commenting them below, we can look at changing. Ow. Lightning strikes are good, but not as good. Mercy, you're getting beat up. Not too beat up. Haven't even lost one blip of your health yet. How we doing? The ship's getting peppered. Is this a falcon? This is a sword. So the sword, in my opinion, is not the best escort ship.
Engaging engines.
Because it's got 2 of the light macro, double barrel light macro turrets. The sword has 3 turrets. Alright, their shields are down. We should be able to pepper them, no problem. Cambrius's shields are back up. It's so cool because once the shields are up, you can see that the shoot at them. You can see that the projectiles bounce off the shields instead of hitting the hull of the ship. Not a whole lot of interesting things happen in this first mission. It's kind of a tutorial, as well as serving story beats. Are they assaulting my sword now? Alright, yeah, these guys are about to fall. Bye-bye.
That's the last of them, my lord.
Negative. They were but the tip of the spear. I calculate that the others will soon arrive.
It matters not. I led a fleet through the bleakness of the Gothic War.
It's in the first game.
This is nothing.
I'm not going to lie.
A pity that war cost us our
I
greatest
kept getting
heroes.
confused on the first game's
But I wouldn't give to have
story.
Captain Abradol at my side.
All decks report ready.
Good. We shall forge new heroes this day. Let us hope they suffice.
Huh? Ah. Hmm.
Seems they've come in
Guess I should be
strength, Lord Admiral.
Going this way.
All ships. The Emperor protects. Engage at will.
Survival probabilities are unfavorable. Recommend we withdraw.
All ships, hold position. Doubt forms the path to damnation.
There is no doubt while strength abides.
Beneficent Emperor. Is
We've
that
got
what I
Space
think it
Marines.
is?
The Sons of Dawn heed your call, Lord Admiral.
Book it.
It's good to see vessels of the Adeptus Astartes, Captain. Faith is well enough, but hope and faith bring victory sooner.
The war never ends, Lord Admiral. We shall fight it together.
Got him burning all the engines. Let's go ahead and send Stormhawk interceptors that way. They're going my.
Engines engaged.
I think we destroyed the first ship we were shooting at. Yeah.
Targeting enemy vessel!
Let's take a quick look up if I can find him. I lost him. I lost him. The amount of detail that's in this is a pretty game. I think it's in Unreal 4. It runs great. I think we're running at 1080p, but we do have the resolution cranked up to 150%, so it's the maximum that we can do. Ooh. Alright, focus down their weaponry. Let's get them shooting at us less. Their weaponry already has heavy critical damage, but the more the merrier. You guys, if you ever want to show up to the party, are invited. Do the lightning strikes. You cannot lightning strike a ship when its shields are up, but you can always boarding action. But as you can see, the boarding action, is a very short range.
Target locked in!
Oh good, you finally showed up to the party. Did all my fighters get shot down? Seriously? So, the interceptors... I'm trying to explain as we play here, and as we watch. The interceptors accomplish the important mission of shooting down the turrets. Because turrets are what shoot at the fighters and stuff like that. Why won't you let me boarding action? Oh, there we go. Yeah, send the Space Marines. As you can see, it's taking some damage. I don't know what ship. Oh, it only has one heavy lance battery left. And I think that weapon just got damaged. I don't think so.
For the Emperor!
These foggy areas grant you stealth. But they can apparently see... Oh my, guys. I'm gonna send bombers, but they're probably gonna be shot down before they can drop their ordnance. That's my guess. You can see the turrets firing. Words are hard. Firing at. I really don't think the turrets are destroyed. Oh, the deck was destroyed. They're mutiny. If all the...
Last traitor vessel destroyed, Lord Admiral.
Well, and
No
that wasn't
further
true.
signatures.
And allied
It was
ships.
almost destroyed, and
Nothing
then
more.
mutinied.
Others may be inbound.
We can wait no longer. Let stragglers seek our trail amongst the dead. We have a fleet. I must confer with Lord High Admiral Drang as how best to employ it. We will have vengeance for Cadia.
There you go. That in a nutshell is how the battles work. I like to zoom in and look at the fights as often as possible. I do that when I play
The challenge before
Total
us
War
is
2.
bleak, but we shall prevail if the Emperor wills it. The despoiler will be driven back, but we need support. We must secure planetary systems within the battle zone. These will provide us the necessary means to strengthen our fleets.
Admiral Spire's forces are currently located in the Cadian sector, and there's a ton of sectors, I've learned. I've still not beaten this, but I've gotten very far into it. A sector is constituted of several systems whose conquest allows you to progress through the campaign. The threat value represents the will of an enemy faction to conquer the sector. The higher it is, the more the faction will be active here. Let's X as we go. The urgency gauge symbolizes the urgency of your situation facing enemy factions. If it fills up each turn, words are hard, and drops when you fulfill objectives. The urgency gauge is divided into 5 segments. When a segment is filled, the threat value of an enemy faction is raised by 1. If the last segment is filled, the campaign ends in failure. They don't lie, because the very first time I played this, the campaign ended in failure because I tried to go all easy. There can be one or several points of interest in each system. Each one is linked to attributes that have different effects depending on the faction controlling the system. So, for example, Belisar. After several turns under your control, points of interest may be evolved by spending resources. Effects provided by the points of interest may vary depending on the evolution of the system. As long as we're smart at the beginning, we won't shoot ourselves in the foot, though. So I could do that.
Demios Binary has much to offer our future operations, but it is occupied by Chaos forces. We shall sweep them aside and restore the Emperor's rule to this stolen world. There will be many risks in the days to come. I need not take one here. Deploying a second fleet to Demios Binary will ease our victory.
I mean, deploying a third fleet would make it even better, but I don't know if you'll let me.
We outnumber the foe.
Oh wait, there's stuff for you.
Victory is all but certain, but caution must serve as well as haste. Recklessness is a terrible master.
Defeat enemy forces stationed in a system, take control of it. The capture of a neutral system doesn't require any space fight. The fleet power represents the might of a fleet. It depends on the value, health, and other parameters of the ships. Fleets have a pool of movement points that replenishes at the start of each turn. They can travel through safe routes between systems and sectors at the cost of 1 movement point per system crossed. A maximum of 3 of your fleets can be stationed in a system. However, fleets can always move through a system. It won't let me do this, will it? The higher the defense level, the harder it's going to be to fight. I don't think I can auto this. The engagement board allows you to make the final preparations for the battle. Your leadership value represents the maximum cumulated fleet value that can be deployed at the start of the battle. Ships that couldn't be deployed due to leadership limitation will replace lost ships during the battle. The top fleet will be deployed first. Drag and drop your fleets to change their order of commitment in the battle. Protect your faction leader. His death will put an end to your campaign. So I could do stuff like this if I wanted to. I don't think... And you can mix and match. So if you've got 3 fleets and tons more than will fit in your leadership, then you can take like a couple of fleets from Spires and a couple of fleets from Cambriuses and a couple of fleets from the Iron Fists as well. So we're fighting the Alpha Legion. We're fighting Chaos vessels from the Alpha Legion. Let's do it.
Years have passed since the galaxy burned in the fires of the Horus heresy. 10 millennia since the greatest of the Emperor's Primarchs fell into the grasp of eternal damnation and tore the galaxy asunder. Horus Lupercal may be dead, his body ashes, and his memory the stuff of a cursed legend, but the wounds he wrought yet gape in the hide of an embattled Imperium. For the battle against Chaos knows no end. Many of Horus' servants survived the civil wars, and they have not forgotten their defeat. When the War Master fell, they retreated to the Eye of Terror and waged battle anew. Greatest of these was Abaddon the Despoiler, Horus' greatest living heir. Abaddon took the title of War Master for his own, and embarked upon a long and bloody campaign to succeed where his fallen master.
Does he have a bolter tied to his claws?
12 black crusades he launched against the
Certainly looks like
Imperium
it.
of Man. 12 world-shattering campaigns to forever alter the balance of power. Now, as the millennium draws to a close, a vast armada of traitors slips its moorings as Abaddon launches his 13th and perhaps final strike. As The tide of chaos breaks against the Cadian gate. The Imperium holds its breath. Faith alone cannot hold back these bleak waters. Only valor will serve.
You know, I briefly considered trying to weave some narrative out of doing stuff in this game and then doing something else on it in another game to represent the ground forces and stuff like that. I've considered it. Because there's no game where you can fight on space and then, you know, go to the ground and fight there. Kind of like Empire at War, for lack of a better term. There's very few RTSs that have, like, space and land combat. So we've got the Righteous Protector, the Imperius Draconis, I believe, and whatever the sword is called, whose name I forget. Did his name change? Redeemer of Bayless Corona? I feel like that wasn't its name before. Oh, I don't want to fly through those. Oh, this is Domination. Domination requires you to, and it might, the tutorials might blip up on the corner in a second, but requires you to take and hold a particular number of points or destroy the enemy. I'm going to attempt to do both.
There are many ways to win a battle.
Yep, there it goes.
By fire or cunning, we shall prevail in the Emperor's name.
Aye, Admiral. Changing course.
Once no enemy ship is remaining on the battlefield, victory is achieved. That's the way to win via annihilation. At the beginning of each battle, a victory point score is determined depending on the power of the fleets involved. The first side reaching that score immediately wins the battle. When a ship is destroyed, the opposing camp gains as many victory points as its value. When a ship leaves the battlefield, the opposing camp gains as many points as half its value. So there is that. Do I have an auger probe?
To annihilate enemies of the Imperium.
Game.
It
Game.
may sometimes be in our interest
Game.
to gain victory without engaging enemy vessels.
It's going to show me all the points.
Capturing
May I
strategic
move now?
positions might well force the enemy's withdrawal.
I'm actually curious what's going on over here. I know that there's a Chaos ship up there. I don't need to send it. Auger probes. I haven't really talked about that. Launches a probe to the designated location. Probe moves in a straight line and detects enemy ships within a 4,500 unit radius. Once it reaches destination, it's deployed. After 10 seconds, deployed probe detects enemy ships within a 9,000 unit radius. If it collides with an enemy ship, it sticks to it automatically and deploys itself. I'm guessing that a ship's running silent. So there are four, kind of describing the game as we play it here. There are four different things that your different stances that your ship can take as long as the deck is intact. It can run silent, so it becomes stealthed. If it opens fire, then obviously they're going to know where and what it is. Reload, as long as stance is active. Weapons and maneuver skills. Standard weapon rate of fires, plus 40%. Combustion gauge regeneration, which is this, is up 20%.
You have seized a strategic area. The enemy has seized a strategic area.
Okay, we got to play.
Course engaged.
There we go. Destruction points. When a ship is... We talked about this. Strategic positions. I've already talked about that. You are in them to get it. Most games that have capture points. The bigger the ship, the more it's able to take it. So there must be an itty-bitty ship here. But the auger probe should get me what I want. And then I should have the advantage of 3.
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
Yes, they're going to get the advantage for a second. But I've almost taken that point. Keep.
We wait your command. Reloading.
Get him!
You have seized
Yeah,
a
now,
strategic
get 'em.
area.
Enemy sighted!
No, you don't get to run silent and be all poopy at me. What is this?
Your orders?
What?
To serve the
That was foolish. I think they're gonna fly into these two, though. Yeah, they are. Yes!
Engaging.
These is good things.
Impossible, Admiral.
Here we go. Lots of boarding happening. Alright, this fool.
Maximum burn. Cruising
Yeah.
set. Boarding teams have crippled the enemy.
Can I boost into you again? Yeah, I can.
Cruising speed set.
You fool!
Our boarders have caused internal damage.
Might be able to get a plasma bomb off. Oh!
State your order.
Get out of there.
Skitari assault successful.
Ah,
Ship ready.
missed him. Although there's not gonna be anything left of them. How's this fight going?
We wait your command.
Oh, I'm severely winning it. Very nice. Did I? Oh, it disengaged.
Coordinates acknowledged.
Alright. I think there's only 2 ships. Ooh, just ran with me. But it's not gonna live much longer.
We serve.
Yeah, there it goes. Yep. That wasn't too hard to fight. Of course, it wasn't supposed to be. But I would have... If I was playing this and it wasn't part of the initial missions, I would have just auto-resolved that one. It was... I think the auto-resolve runs off of similar parameters to like auto-resolve in the Total War games, which essentially is if you've got a big enough win, then yeah, you're going to win, but you're probably going to take more damage and lose more stuff by doing it. Imperial Draconis is missing half of its personnel.
The first victory is ours. Others will follow should we remain true to our duty. Battles leave scars. I must be mindful of my vessel's condition. The reclamation of Demios Binary has taken our enemy.
This is a problem with this game. If you don't know what's already going on, I'm hoping you're reading some of
We
this.
shall push our advantage. If the fleet is to grow, we must have access to production facilities. If Clawston falls to our forces, we shall have them.
Hopefully you read that. When a leader reaches experience level 4, his fleet's movement point pool is increased by 1. When a fleet is involved in a battle or seizes a neutral system, all remaining movement points are consumed. Destroyed ships are lost for good. Damaged ones are repaired and have some of their lost troops replaced at the beginning of each turn if they are located within a system controlled by their faction. At the beginning of each turn, each of your ships located within a system under your control benefits from the following effects. 10% of the hull point value is replaced. 3% of critically damaged systems are fully repaired. 3 lost troops are replaced. Fast repair, easy mode only, which we're not doing. You can spend whatever the resources are, they don't really actually name them, the silver stuff, and repair your ship. Resources and construction points are most valuable as they are necessary to construct new ships. It wants me to click on this and go to Clawston. Shipyards provide construction points that are necessary to build ships. When a system is conquered, the shipyards do not provide construction points immediately. They need to replenish after each turn. Shipyards get construction points each turn until they reach their maximum value. Take control, then end the turn. So if you've watched this game, played it yourself, then you already know how it works, which is part of the reason that I'm skipped the tutorial, but I am trying to give people a little bit of
what the Adeptus Mechanicus have to offer our crusade.
a little instructions as we go. I'm only gonna be able to build with these little construction points. I'm only gonna be able to build an escort ship, escort class.
Demios Binary Shipyard isn't capable of full production just yet. We'll use Clawston for now, and wait until Demios is capable of crafting larger vessels.
Clawston!
Clawston's shipyards are small, but can provide us with recon ships. These will be valuable assets for our operations. Big guns are nothing if not deployed with grand purpose.
Big guns are definitively something. Systems under your control linked by a safe route from a network. Shipyards are accessible from any system within the network they belong to. Are you going to make me biased? I want a Falcon!
All is prepared.
Apparently I have to buy that.
It is time to welcome a new vessel to the Emperor's service.
In addition to the construction points, building ships require resources. The number of escort ships within a fleet is limited and depends on the number of line ships and their tonnage. Once the construction is validated, ships are immediately added to the fleet and can be used in the same turn, so that's nice.
The reconquest of the Cadian sector can now proceed. However, we cannot leave our holdings without defenses. We should at least deploy an orbital minefield.
You may spend sources, I can't talk, I'm sorry, in each system to place defensive devices like minefields, defense platforms, and space stations. So minefields apply a delay of 1 turn for each enemy invasion or assault on the targeted system.
We have only just begun. War is replete with
Minefields and
opportunity.
defense platforms that may be deployed.
As ground
in
is
system,
seized,
space stations
new
can be
objectives
probably
will
built
arise.
systems with a strategic
Let us
point.
proceed. We are the Emperor's
interested.
fist. Let his foes tremble at our coming.
You really gonna make me? Won't let me play the game yet. I've got to follow their rules. When they deploy mines, it's meaner. It's not like it delays our assault.
The systems we have reclaimed
It means
are
I can only take
developing
2
well.
fleets instead of 3. Select the Demius binary.
Prosperous systems can only be a good thing for our cause. We will protect them.
So this got Forge World. So generates 20, 40, 80 resources per turn depending on the evolution. Increase their pair rate of ally ships in connected systems by a particular percentage. Increases the trooper generation of ally ships in connected stuff. Then the Adeptus Mechanicus Enclave. Just a new one of those in strategic position, which lets me build a
Receiving communication
Thing.
from the Vox relay. It is Lord High Admiral Drang.
So the old man's still alive. I told you he was too tough to kill.
Admiral Spire, I trust you stand ready for orders.
Always.
Good. Strategically and symbolically, the Cadian sector is vital to our efforts. You will reclaim it, Admiral. The Emperor protects.
Understood. The Emperor protects.
From what I gathered, knowing very little about Warhammer 40k before this channel was created, so I'm pretty behind. That's like a send off. Like it's like a something you say when you're done talking. It's almost like over. It's like the Emperor protects. I'm done talking now. It's like okay. On direct orders from Lord High Admiral Drang, Admiral Spire must regain control over systems within the Cadian sector that are currently held by Chaos forces. Capture the following systems: Cadia, Vorgatork, Framus, and Cantriel. Shipyard, archaeological site. So I gain resources when I claim it the first time. Clawston is mining world. Yes. Anything that increases my income. Now, at least my income's no longer negative. That's exciting. Well, I think just an agri world doesn't give me any extra resources. Let's try to take Cadia and then end the video. We definitely have more power. Actually, let's go back up here. Let's grab another ship. Then we'll go back. We've got the 2 construction points. Let's see. So the Dauntless gives us 2 light macro, 2 double barrel light macro turrets. The Dauntless Mark II. Oh, and a heavy lance artillery, which is just in the front. The Dauntless Mark II gives the same amount of weapons, but it has torpedo launchers instead. The Endeavor has the turrets and macro. What's the difference? Light macro. So what is this? Number of attacks 6, damage is 7, reload is 9 seconds. Number of attacks is 4, damage is significantly higher. Reload is 12 seconds. Is it 12 seconds or both? Less damage, more often. More damage, a little less often. The Endurance has Lance Battery. The one thing about the Lance Batteries, its weapons accuracy is always 100%. Deals 15 damage with a reload of 12. Then it's got the light macro turrets. And then the Defiant, which is probably what I'm going to bring with me, has a launch bay and 2 light lance turrets. So definitely deals less damage, but I'm going to take the Defiant. Okay. Evolution cost we've talked about. Missions panel, it's over here somewhere. Fleets panel, that's there too. Cooperative mode, cool. Necrods and Necrods and Tyrannions. we at? If I ditch one of these, no. I'd have to ditch both of those to get that. I'd rather have the escort ships. Let's do it. And then we'll... Oh, wait. Let's do it. And then we'll end the video. So we're going up against the 5th Lost and something and the 15th something or other. So we've got our Imperial Fists with us this time. Cambrius is not going to be present on the map at the beginning. The use of ships or fighters sometimes are helpful and sometimes they're not. So we'll see if my decision to get the Defiant, the Sacred Odissar. The only guns it's got are these on top. That's it. And they're just 2 turrets. They deal 15 damage. Isn't it's not horrible. It's the damage that Lance weapons do. Because you got Lance battery. 15 damage. Reload is 12 seconds. This is 15 damage. Reload is 12 seconds. But number of attacks is 1 as compared to 2 because there's 2 weapons and these fire 4. So, you know, there's that. Is this... No, this is just blow them up. Both of you suckers are gonna run silent. Try and get me some intel on what we're fighting. One problem I have is just when playing as the Imperium, the speed of the Imperial Fists and all Space Marine vessels is considerably... Look at this. Top speed is 240 as compared to the top speed of 160. Just considerably faster.
Your orders? Setting course.
Take him head on. No, it's not really going to accomplish
Aye,
much.
Admiral.
You go up there. You go up here.
Understood.
I think flying through asteroids deals hull damage to all ships. Very similar to Empire at War if you've ever played that. See, look, he runs.
Show us the enemy.
Thinking faster. Here, just run silent for now.
We wait your command.
These have got to be fighters. Once I figure out their
We
target,
serve.
I'll deploy some interceptors. We'll deploy the Fury and the Stormhawks. You've got to be fighters, right? Who's your target? Is your target this soul? Yeah.
Fury interceptors in flight.
I mean, they're gonna get shot at by the turrets, but the there they go. Space fight. Then we've got whatever 12 and 9 is. 21 turrets shooting at them. Our ships are losing badly. All right. Well, they're about to lose some turrets. That's... All of our turrets died.
Your orders?
All of our fighters died. I expect them all to die. How many fighters did you turds send?
I am listening. Course engaged. Ship ready.
Enemy sighted.
Alright,
Rearm!
get to it then.
Engaging target.
Enemy sighted.
Underway.
Enemy sighted.
Mercy, you guys are getting freaking beat up already.
Target locked in.
Yeah, we're doing fine. We're doing great. How are you doing?
Where shall we strike?
Just gold. I missed
Standard
that.
speed engaged.
Wait, what does that do? Every affected ship's detection range is removed. Cool.
We wait your command. Underway.
Enemy sighted.
just
Targeting
ram
enemy
me?
vessel. We stand ready.
Take the fighters and have them.
Your orders?
Where you going, guys?
We serve.
Engaging.
Fury interceptors in flight.
So one of those games where when I really start focusing super hard,
Reloading.
I don't really talk a whole bunch. He should be gone. That bombardment cannon really
Enemy sighted.
hits hard. That'll do it. That'll do it. Focus down this little
Engaging
sucker.
target. We serve.
Who needs repair?
I
Somebody needs repair. Help
We wait
some of
your
our
command.
turrets.
Target locked in. Initiate Thunderhawk bombardment.
See if our bombers can accomplish something. You guys are getting freaking just pinned.
Ship
Hey
ready.
guys, you wanna hurry up some? Get to the fight.
Cruising speed set. We serve.
Here, fool.
Enemy sighted.
Give us purpose. For the Emperor.
You got purpose. Just destroy their ship. They've got some bigger ships that I'm not real concerned with right now.
Aye, Admiral.
Are all my interceptors gone? Yeah. Those are bombers.
Your orders?
You guys need to be focusing down this ship. There's not much left on them. There it goes.
Engaging engines.
On the plus side, whenever I see lots of launch bays, it means they don't have a lot of guns. That's...
Aye, Admiral. We serve.
I'm guessing you probably have lots of... Nope. Okay, they're all the same.
Ship ready.
Do you have supercharged void shield? You do not.
Show
But you
us
do.
the enemy.
Should crank that up.
We can't take much more.
Ow, 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 ow,
Damage team, begin repairs now.
ow.
Enemy
Alright,
sighted.
you're gonna have to get out of there. Shields are back on.
Ship
Words are hard.
ready.
Hopefully your shields hold. Oh, I'm hoping they hold. They're not holding. They're not holding. They're not holding. Yeah, we're good.
Disengaging.
Yeah, we're good. Eh. Oh, auger probe for the win.
Optimal course set. Utter the canticles of battle. Prepare for impact. We wait your command.
Let's see, guys.
Damage
Okay, if
teams,
you need
begin
to.
repairs now.
Yeah. Get the borders there. Board.
I am listening. Reporting successful boarding action.
Bomb them? I mean, if you want to fly within range that my space marines can board your ship, then
Our borders have caused internal
that is
damage.
your prerogative.
Main batteries fire.
Rest of everyone, focus down that ship.
Boarding caused critical damage.
Ooh, book it! Yeah! Auger disruption bomb! Fine, we're doing
Ship
good.
ready.
We're doing good. What do you have? Okay, you got that lance. Light lance artillery on the front of you.
Your orders?
Show Almost gone. Come on. One more broadside should do it.
Targeting enemy vessel.
Oh heck. How about you three focus on that? You three focus on that. How bad can it be? Probably pretty bad, but... So the three kinds of fighters, I just realized I haven't talked about it because I was focused. You've got the interceptors, the bombers, and the boarders. Field less turrets.
Launch Thunderhawks!
If they get in, they board it. Which I think they just did, so cool.
Ship
Alright.
ready.
Everyone focus your fire on this sucker. Alright, shields are down.
Impossible, Admiral.
Just out of range. Get in range!
Enemy ship crippled by the lightning strike.
Strike the other one. Oh, you're just out of range. Come on, come on, come on. There.
We wait your command.
Glad I got that Defiant out when I did. That
Initiate emergency repairs.
was close. I think everyone else is doing alright. Yeah, no one else is taking
Where shall we strike?
an excessive amount of hull damage, which is nice.
Target locked in. We serve.
I've not put everyone on 9. That's why so many of our shots are missing. We're not close enough.
We serve.
Go ahead and scan, make sure they're marked.
Aye, Admiral.
No matter who you're shooting at, focus on their weapons. They don't have a lot of weapons to begin with, so a couple critical hits on the weapons would be extremely helpful. You're gonna hit. Dunk. Thankfully, you don't take any damage from destroyed ships, but destroyed ships can, like you just saw, block your shots. Which isn't annoying. Man. Guys are getting peppered. Cambrius' second ship. Cambrius' flagship. Was the pickup that we needed. That Defiant was just useless.
Ship ready.
Wait, do I have another auger probe? I should.
We wait your command.
Your scan still has 20-some seconds left.
Aye, Admiral.
Getting picked at just because he's so doggone far away.
Changing course.
Although, I mean, if you want to stay put like that.
Impossible, Admiral.
Or are we outside of the range of this thing? Okay. Well, we just gotta wait on the auger probe to get it.
Engaging.
Ooh, baby! That bombardment cannon really deals some damage. I don't know. How
Show
much
us the enemy.
damage does that bombardment cannon do? 30. Reload time 9.90001 seconds.
Your orders?
For what it's worth, send the bombers. They probably won't survive.
Thunderhawks!
Or wait, those aren't even bombers. Those are the boarding guys. Alright, new plan. Take out their stupid engines. Cripple them. Meanwhile,
We serve.
go to this so you can hit them.
Engaging target.
Hit them. So the locked on stance
Ship ready.
grants you longer range and more accuracy and a critical chance of 100. I want their engines gone so we can catch up to them. Their speed is only 120, but if they keep running, it's going to be extremely difficult to take them out. I hit them now, though.
Aye, Admiral.
Their shields are still up. I can't lightning strike them. Can now.
Possible, Admiral.
Their morale is holding up quite well considering though.
Lightning strike successful.
Oh wow. What a ship name. The Scream of Blood. Really stands no chance though because Drifting Hulk. We took out all the soldiers on board. Just a Hulk now. Not like the angry green one either. Shabby. That Defiant almost got destroyed though. Whenever you spend resources on a ship, you really don't want it getting blown up. Especially when it was not extremely helpful. Righteous Protector got a level up though, that's nice. Void Inquisitor didn't accomplish Jack Diddley, but the Imperius Draconis and the Redeemer of Bayless Corona both leveled up. Alright, so we took Cadia, which is nice because Cadia Fortress World doesn't give us anything. It's got shipyards, which is nice. Death World, that doesn't really. That doesn't. I thought one of these silly things gave me resources. Oh, I knew I took it. I got resources. Did I know? It tells you what I know. Alright, well that's where we're going to wrap up the video. Somehow we're at -10 again. Thanks, supplies. But if you enjoyed the video, liking it would be extremely helpful. If you're going to throw a dislike on it, telling me why you dislike the video is extremely helpful. We're trying a few different 40k games this week to different extents, so you can plan on seeing some 40k Mechanicus, which I believe I had started on the channel. I'm going to start over, though, so anything I've done on Mechanicus, I'm just going to start again. And then as well, we're going to do a little bit of Space Hulk Tactics, and then the normal XCOM. Probably going to be doing more clones in XCOM since we're doing 40k and a lot of other stuff. I'm also deeply considering restarting the Lego Marathon. I only did like 2 videos in it and then stopped. But if you're interested in that, tell me down in the comments. It's always helpful. And until next time, guys, you might be able to see this because I start on the desktop. So here's the gizmos I usually work with. But until next time, guys, shake hardy. Stop and save.